There's something that happens after cancer that no one really prepares you for, and it's not physical. It's not about your body or even the treatment. It's what happens with people. Because slowly, people start to disappear. Not all at once, and not in a dramatic way. It's subtle. The texts stop coming as often, the check ins get further apart, the how are you doing turns into nothing. And at first, you try to make sense of it, and you tell yourself they're busy, they have their own lives, they don't know what to say. And honestly, all of that might be true. But it doesn't change how it feels, because while their life is going back to normal, yours isn't. You're still thinking about what happened. You're still carrying the appointments, the fear, the uncertainty. Your body still remembers things that nobody else can see. And now you're carrying all of that without the same support you had before. And that part, that can hurt in a way you didn't expect. Because it's not just about people not showing up. It's what it starts to mean to you. You might catch yourself thinking like, did they ever really understand what I went through? Did I matter as much as I thought I did? Why does it feel like I'm the only one still affected by this? And those thoughts can really get loud in the quiet, especially when everything around you looks like it's moved on. And here's something else that can happen that people don't really talk about. You might stop reaching out too, not because you don't want connection, but because it feels exhausting. Exhausting to explain yourself, exhausting to try to put words to something that's so complex, and exhausting to make other people feel comfortable with what happened to you. So instead, you get quieter, you keep more to yourself, and you start processing things internally instead of out loud. And from the outside, it might look like you're doing okay, like you've adjusted, like you've moved on, but inside there's still a lot happening. There's still a part of you trying to make sense of what you went through and trying to figure out who you are now, because cancer doesn't just affect your body. It changes how you see things. It can change your priorities, your relationships, your tolerance for certain conversations. It can make some connections feel deeper and others feel distant. And that distance can really be confusing because these might be people you've known for a long time, people you expected would stay close, people you thought would understand. But here's the truth that's important to understand. Most people, they don't pull away because they don't care. They pull away because they don't understand how to stay. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to sit with something that doesn't have a clear solution. And they don't know how to be present in something that's ongoing. And instead of getting it wrong, they say less. They do less. They go back to what feels normal for them. And that leaves you in a space that doesn't feel normal at all. And it can feel really lonely. But I want to say something to you that really matters. Their distance is not a reflection of your worth. It's not a measure of how much you mattered. And it's not proof that you're alone. It's a reflection of how hard this experience is for people who haven't lived it. Because when you've been through something like cancer, you've had to sit with things most people spend their lives avoiding. Uncertainty, fear, lack of control. And not everyone knows how to meet you there, but that doesn't mean you're too much. And it doesn't mean your experience is something you should minimize. There's nothing wrong with you for still needing support. There's nothing wrong with you for still being affected. And there's nothing wrong with you for noticing who stayed and who didn't. Because that matters. And over time, you may start to find that the relationships that do stay feel different. They feel safer, more real, more aligned with who you are right now. And that's part of the process too. Not everything continues in the same way, and that can be painful, but it can also be clarifying. So if you've been feeling this, if you've noticed the silence, the distance, the shift in people, you're not imagining it, and you're definitely not the only one going through it.